Dear students, in our previous class we completed Romeo and Juliet. Today in this class I am going to start lesson 2 dear. What is the meaning of 2 dear? 2 dear. Meaning of the title. It is costly. 2 dear means very costly, or you may consider an expensive, very expensive decision, or the costliest matter, very expensive one. Written by Count Leo Tolstoy. Writer Count Leo Tolstoy was born in the year 1828 till 1910. It's a lifespan. A Russian writer, basically Russian writer Leo Tolstoy, who primarily wrote novels and short stories. Tolstoy is known for his novels and short stories and a master of realistic fiction, novels, realistic fiction, and is widely considered as one of the world's greatest novelists, known for realistic fiction. Hence, in our literature, to whom we consider the world's greatest novelist, and he is known for 2 long novels, very long novels. First one, War and Peace. This is War and Peace. Next, and Anna Karenina, which was published in the year 1869 and here 1877. War and Peace and Anna Karenina. Tolstoy first achieved literary acclaim in his 20s for his Sevastopol sketches. This is acclaimed, literary acclaim was given or identified in the field of literature when he published Sevastopol sketches based on his experiences in the Crimean War, and followed by the publication of semi-autobiographical trilogy of novels. Trilogy means set of 3. Trilogy means set of 3 novels. Here, childhood, boyhood and youth. Childhood, boyhood and youth. Phase it is 55 to 58, 1855 to 58. His works also include 2 additional novels, dozens of short stories and several famous novellas. Novels, some short novels, including Death of Ivan Ilyich, Family Happiness and Hasdi Murad. These 3, the Death of Ivan Ilyich, Family Happiness and Hasdi Murad. Later in life he wrote plays and essays. Tolstoy is equally known for his complicated and paradoxical persona, and for his extreme moralistic and ascetic views. He is known for the greatest novelist. He is known for his complicated, we cannot understand him very easily, complicated and paradoxical. Paradoxical in the sense having a difference of thinking criteria and contrary ideas, paradoxical persona, and his extreme moralistic, based on the lines of moral and ascetic views in the sense highly self-disciplined and away from all material indulgences, attachments. Okay, ascetic, we consider ascetic views. which he adopted after moral crisis. There was moral crisis in Russia and spiritual awakening in 1870s, after which he became noted as a moral thinker and social reformer. See, multifaceted life of Leo Tolstoy. It was not so easy to understand his persona and complicated and paradoxical persona. It is about Count Leo Tolstoy. Too dear here. Too dear means an expensive, very costliest. This is the costliest one. What is the costliest one? We will read in this lesson what he says. In this lesson, Leo Tolstoy, he is writing about governing units of the nation, or called kingdom, and governance. Sometimes justice delayed is called justice denied. Justice delayed is called justice denied. The king in this lesson, he led highly modernized life, where actually kingdom is not essential, there is a kingdom. Where actually king is not essential, there is a king. In this topic we read. That is why to maintain his kingship, he has to do all other things. So how he manages, what happens later, we will read in this lesson. Near the borders of France and Italy, on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea, lies a tiny little kingdom. See, a very tiny little kingdom called Monaco. It is Monaco. Many a small country town can boast more inhabitants than this kingdom, for there are only about 7,000 of all told. 7,000 of all told. And if all the land in the kingdom were divided, there wouldn't be an acre. There wouldn't be an acre for each inhabitant. But in this toy kingdom, see another word, toy kingdom, there is a real kinglet, as he has palace here, real kinglet, palace, courtiers, ministers, bishop, generals, and an army. See here. Here he is writing, introducing the kingdom. It is that kingdom where it is located near the borders of these two, France and Italy, these two, on the shore of land along the sea. Shore in the sense of land along the sea. Here on the sea, the land along the sea, here shore of the Mediterranean Sea. On the shore of this Mediterranean Sea, near the borders of France and Italy, there lies, he says, there is a tiny in the sense of very small kingdom. It is called Monaco. The name of the kingdom is Monaco. Many a small country town here. Many a small country town means here town. But I call country town is even a small country town. Even town, a town can boast. It means has more population than this kingdom. If you consider towns they have more population, can boast more inhabitants, means population, inhabitants, citizens, more citizens than this kingdom. Actually, it should not be a kingdom, but it is a kingdom. Hence, here small country, even in towns, more number of people will lead their life than this kingdom. How many here? What is the total Population of Monaco, it is 7,000. It is 7,000. Altogether it is 7,000. Then all told, if all the land in kingdom were divided, if the land of Monaco is divided among its citizens or inhabitants or the people, they wouldn't get an acre for each. Each one won't get even an acre. So, very small area, less population. There we see, that is why. But in this toy kingdom, see here the meaning, toy kingdom. It is not kingdom, it is toy kingdom. Toys, children they play with an elephant. It is not real elephant, it is a toy elephant. It is tiger, toy tiger. Like that kingdom, toy kingdom. It is not a kingdom, it is like a kingdom, toy kingdom. Okay, very small kingdom. There is a real kinglet, there is a real king. There is a real king in Monaco, and he has his own palace, his own courtiers, ministers, bishop, religious head, generals, his own army. So, a kingdom which was located where? Near the borders of France and Italy, along the seashore of Mediterranean Sea, and it is very small kingdom, less number of people or inhabitants they stay in this kingdom. Total population is 7,000. If we divide the total land of that Monaco, each individual won't get even an acre, then there is a real kinglet. Here actually there is, in this toy kingdom, real king, his ministers, his courtiers, bishop, generals, army, all are there. Here actually that is not essential. So here Tolstoy introduced the lesson, the kingdom, population and even area also. Okay, next. Then further he explains regarding, he writes the story. It is not a large army. The first paragraph ended with an army. That army, only 60 men in all. The total number of soldiers in the army of Monaco is 60. But still it is an army. There are also taxes. Taxes. As we have all these things, a nation, a kingdom should possess all these things. Ministers, bishop, generals, courtiers, then army, further it is taxes. All these we need in this kingdom as elsewhere. Tax on tobacco, then tax on wine and spirits, and a poll tax, an individual tax. But though the people there drink and smoke as people do in other countries, there are so few of them that the prince wouldn't have been hard put to feed his courtiers and officials and to keep himself if he hadn't found a new and special source of revenue. This special revenue comes from a gaming house where people play called roulette. Roulette. People play, and whether they win or lose, the keeper always gets a percentage on the turnover, and of his profits he pays a large sum to the prince. What about the income? Revenue of the kingdom. Here there should not be a kingdom, there is a kingdom, there is a king, there is an army, there are generals, bishop, courtiers, ministers, army, everything. For that the king should gather the revenue. Hence here the total number of army, that is 60 men in all. 60 men, total number of soldiers, it is 60. And as different types of taxes are there, he used to collect the taxes as elsewhere, that is taxes in this kingdom. Which are those? Tax on tobacco, smoking, tax on tobacco, then tax on wine and spirits in the sense an alcoholic drink. Okay, an alcoholic drink. Tax is wine and spirits is alcohol. Tax on alcohol, tax on smoking or tobacco, poll tax, an individual tax which was imposed in that kingdom. But it was not possible. But though the people there drink and smoke as people do in other countries, as like other countries in Monaco people, they used to drink and smoke, but he didn't extract the expected revenue. So he was in search of another source of revenue because it was not possible to pay her the payment to whom? To the courtiers and officials. Can't feed them. He had to pay. Here, but though the people that drink and smoke as people do in other countries, they are also doing. Monaco people are helping. How? They are smoking and drinking and they are paying poll tax. But there are a few of them that the prince wouldn't have been hard put to it to feed his courtiers. Here it is very difficult. What is the meaning of this line? It is very difficult for that king so to maintain the payments of whose courtiers and officials as well as for himself, for his life. The revenue was not sufficient. Hence he was thinking a different source of income, different source of revenue. So here, then the special revenue comes from gaming house. Gaming house, a particular place where such a play that is called roulette. This play, roulette is played where? In the gaming house. It's particular place to play the what you call betting also sometimes. We can have roulette game, or we may consider a gambling game. It is not this earning is not on the lines of ethics, or not this earning is not on the lines of what? That it is not white money. It is easy money. It is not earned one. It is easy money. Going, playing unwanted things there. Roulette, just like betting or a gambling game, earning money. It's a very easy money. It is. It comes and it goes. Okay. People, they used to play roulette in the gaming house, and Monaco was known for gaming house. Monaco was known for gaming house where people used to play roulette, gambling game, better called betting also. Okay, and then a special revenue comes from that when he was thinking about a special revenue apart from her tobacco on wine and spirits as well as individual tax. Poll tax means an individual tax. Apart from these, he was in search of expecting revenue from different source, and finally he searched and he used to get that income from where? Gaming house, where the people used to play roulette. Gaming house. Hence Monaco kingdom is known for in the story for gaming houses as well as roulette game. Then people play, and whether they win or lose, it is not it is not a responsibility of the keeper, the one who maintains and manages gaming house. It is not his responsibility. The person who comes, the people who come over there, they play, whether they win or lose, it is not the responsibility of the keeper as well as the king. The keeper always gets a percentage. on the turnover which the people play. On that turnover, he used to get the percentage, and out of his profits, here, whose profits here? The keeper, out of his profits, he pays large sum to the prince. Here, it means in that kingdom, total number of soldiers is 60, and there are also taxes, different types of taxes. First one is here tax on smoking, better called tobacco, and alcoholic drinks, as well as third one in individual tax. And here, though the people in that Monaco, they too drink and smoke, but the king couldn't get the expected revenue. Hence, he was in search of different revenue, because it was not possible to feed the courtiers and officials as well as himself. Then finally, he discovered the way. There he established gaming houses in Monaco. The different owners, they established the gaming houses, and he gave permission to establish. And there the people used to come and play roulette game in the gaming houses of Monaco. People, they come, they play, they win or lose. It is not the responsibility of the keeper, but keeper always gets percentage on the turnover. And out of his profits, he pays a large sum to the prince, because he has given permission to run those gaming houses. Okay, next. Here, these gaming houses, the establishment of gaming house is not a good sign, as well as not healthy, because it is against the social growth or against the culture. Then the people of Monaco, but they have to accept. The reason he pays large sum to the prince, but the reason he pays much is that it is the only such gambling establishment left in Europe. Only one gambling establishment left in Europe. Some of the little German sovereigns used to keep gaming houses of the same kind, but some years ago they were forbidden. Prohibited, restricted, controlled, closed. To do so, the reason they were stopped was because these gaming houses did so much harm. A man would come and try his luck, then he would risk all he had and lose it. Then he would even risk money that didn't belong to him and lose that too. And then in despair, being frustrated, being disappointed, would drown or shoot himself. So the Germans forbade their rulers to make money in this way. The Germans forbade, prohibited, restricted, not allowed their rulers to make money in this way. We don't want to make money in this way. It is not a good thing here in Germany. But there was no one to stop the Prince of Monaco. But in Monaco it was going on. No one was there to stop. And he remained with the monopoly of the business. So one and only monopoly means no other option. Monopoly of the business. See here, in this paragraph, we read about what was the situation in Monaco. The reason he pays so much is that the only one gaming establishment left in Europe. In that European continent, Europe, no other country has such an establishment to play roulette. The only one establishment, that is Monaco. Hence, so it is only one establishment left in Europe. Some little German sovereigns, some rulers, sovereigns used to keep gaming houses of the same kind. Some German rulers, they too established same kind of gaming houses. But what happened some years ago, they were forbidden to do so. They were closed, they were prohibited. Okay, prohibited, controlled, stopped. Even some German sovereigns, they had such establishments, but forbidden, stopped, prohibited, not allowed to continue, closed. The reason they were stopped, what was the reason to stop? Why did the German sovereigns close their gaming houses? The reason was because the gaming houses did so much harm. The reason, the gaming houses did so much harm. Not good to the society, not for the sake of welfare of the society, not for the goodwill of the people, but is against their growth. A man would come and try his luck here. Then he would risk all he had. Here he promises to give whatever he has and lose it. He promised whatever he had and lost everything. Then he would even risk money. After losing what he had, even risk money that didn't belong to him. After losing what he had, here he promised to give which was not belong to him, and lose that too, and lost that also. His own, others also. Here, and then this, what happens at the end? In despair, after losing everything, here in despair, frustration, disappointment, here without any ray of hope in his life to come back, he would drown himself in water or shoot himself and died. So, did so much harm. Lost to the life, here the Germans. Hence, so the Germans restricted their rulers. All the German people, they said to their rulers, what? We don't want to make money in this way. It is not the right way of making money. There are so many ways are there to make money here. My dear students, ends are very important, of course, but means are equally important. Okay, here the means are, we establish our means on the lines of sincere effort, honesty. So, we will reach the end, and that becomes the happiest one. Means and ends. Okay, here we can, different types of money we hear today. We can read today. Easy money, hard money, black money, so different. So it is easy money here. Here, not to make money in this way, but there was no one. But in Monaco, as the king is his mindset, so the people, or the people, so the king. Here, to stop the Prince of Monaco, he maintained what? His monopoly of business. No other country in Europe had such an establishment to play roulette. The only one kingdom had gaming houses, that is Monaco, where people used to go and play what? The game roulette. If they win, or if they lose, it is not the responsibility of the keeper. He used to get the percentage on the turnover, and he gives large sum to whom? To the king. This is her. This second paragraph. We came to know about the way of administration of, or the collection of revenue system in Monaco. What was the mindset of the king? For that king, the source was not important. Revenue was important. Even the people, they too followed the same. Hence, it paved way for some unwanted things. Read the third paragraph. So now everyone who wants to gamble, everyone who wants to play gamble goes where? Monaco, very famous for gambling house, to play roulette game. Roulette game, whether they win or lose, who wants? The prince gains by it. The king used to get its profit. Then see here, you can't earn stone palaces by honest labor. It is sad. You can't earn stone palaces by honest labor, as the proverb says. The kinglet of Monaco knows it is a dirty business. It is a dirty business. But what is he to do? What is he to do? Nothing. He has to live and to draw a revenue from drink and from tobacco, and is also not a nice thing. He knows. So he lives, he reigns, he rakes in the money, and holds his court with the ceremony of a real king. Holds his court with the ceremony of a real king. So now everyone who wants to gamble, who wants to play the roulette game, they are going to where? To Monaco. Whether they win or lose, the prince gets his share. Then it is said, you can't earn stone palaces by honest labor, the proverb says. Even prince knows what? It is a dirty business. It is a dirty business. What is the meaning of you can't earn stone palaces by honest labor? If you are very sincere, honest, humble, so if you go on doing work, you cannot live in big bungalows, cannot lead her improved life. So, honest labor cannot give stone palaces. If you want to do something, here, this is not good. So, it is a proverb. It is a proverb. Decide, honesty is the best policy. Be sincere and honest to the self, not to others. My dear students, it's a proverb. It says, if you remain very good, honest, sincere, you cannot do all the things. Okay? Now, it depends. It's a proverb. But he says, according to the ruler, prince, he too thinks the same, that it is a dirty business. Of course, it is a very dirty business, but what is he to do? No other way, no other option. He has to earn to feed his courtiers, ministers, generals, bishop, army, to himself. Then, but what is he to do? He has to live. He should lead his life as a king, and to draw revenue from, he has to live, and to draw revenue from drink and tobacco is also not a nice thing. He knows what I am doing now. So I am getting revenue from smoking, alcoholic drinks. People are smoking and drinking. I am getting revenue from these sources. He knows it is not right. It is a dirty thing. Okay, it is not a nice thing, but he hadn't any option. So he lives, he earns his revenue from smoking, alcoholic drinks, an individual tax, and another one source of income, that is from gaming houses, where people goes to try their luck. Lives and he reigns, R-E-I-J. Here reigns means rules. Rakes means to make money. He leads his life. He rules his kingdom. Then he makes money. Living his life, ruling his kingdom, making his required money based on all unethical sources. Okay, here dirty lines, hence, and holds his court with all the ceremony of real king. After doing all these things, he exposed himself as the real king, maintained that post, that position, the king in that her Monaco. Then her there, like all other kingdoms, there too we see he has his coronation. Coronation in the sense crowning ceremony. Crowning ceremony. Coronation means crowning ceremony here. Coronation. His crowning ceremony here when he becomes the king. So that ceremony, that it was celebrated in Monaco. His levees, it means a reception of guests, or to welcome the guests from other kingdom. It's the costliest matter. We to see that when other nations guests visit our country, we to welcome, or when our country leaders they go to other country, there they to welcome in different style and different way. Here the reception here to the guests from other kingdom, welcoming here, his rewards, he used to give rewards, sentences, punishments, sentence in the sense punishments here, punishments and pardons, excuses. Here in that kingdom he had established everything. So his coronation was there, his levees, his rewards, giving prizes, punishments, excuses, and also he has his reviews concerned with court of justice, reviews, councils, laws, and courts of justice, just like other kings, only on smaller scale, not on bigger scale, only on smaller scale. Everything here, coronation, and there other kingdom guests they used to visit. Here levies, his here awards, punishments, excuses, reviews, councils, laws, courts of justice, everything, each and every system was there in Monaco, just like other kings, only all on a smaller scale. Hence, here we are reading the story of the king of Monaco, and here how he used to collect his source of income and how he leads his life and what had he established in his court. Okay, dear students, we'll discuss the next part of this topic in our next class. Thank you. Have a good day.